What is going on, Pokemon fans? We are back. We're going to be talking about something that has been out for a while. We're going to be talking about the Pokemon movie I Choose You review. Now, this movie, I gotta say, was great. I know there was some issues with the way that it was portrayed because it's going back to the roots and we're showing more generations other than just the first generation. And you know what? Out of the whole entire thing, the only issue I had was probably with Ash's voice. Now, I've grown up, of course, with the original voice actor, and I believe she did that. Now, it took me years to figure out that the voice of Ash was by a female actor. I thought it was by a male actor for so long until I actually looked it up. And you know what? Whether it is or it isn't, the movie was actually absolutely great. It made me feel like a little kid again. It was a lot of fun. It really went back to the roots of Pokemon. When I remember watching the very first episode of Pokemon to the very last episode I watched of Pokemon, the very first movie, the second and third movie. I mean, you get to see Entei in this. You get to see Suicune. You get to see Ho-Oh. You get to see just all the Pokemon that you love, especially Pikachu, Charizard, Charmander. They put in all the episodes that you watch from the very first season into all these other Pokemon that you get to see all just everywhere. And I think that's a cool thing to do because it actually shows how far Pokemon has come in all these years, all these 20 something odd years that Pokemon has been pretty much living. And even though Brock and Misty wasn't in there, which was a bummer, but it was still great to have new characters that we could really dive ourselves into and actually kind of like. And it was actually cool because it doesn't mean that they can't do another one. It doesn't show like Brock or Misty or something like that, where even though I think it would have been better if Brock and Misty was there, but at the same time, the way that they were doing this story, which was Ash seeing Ho-Oh for the first time, and then he didn't know what Ho-Oh was until he actually met someone else that was studying legendary Pokemon, and he knew the legend of Ho-Oh creating three legendary types, which is Entei, and then of course Suicune, and then the other one. And what was so interesting about this movie is that the trainer that abandoned Charmander saw Ho-Oh as well, but did not get a feather like Ash did, and he was so concerned in getting the most powerful Pokemon, and Ash was trying to just be their friend and still be powerful at the same time. And it actually shows huge friendship in this, and it actually did show that with Pikachu. It almost reminded me of when Ash died in the first movie, and he died at the last end of this movie. He came back because Pikachu brought him back, and it was very emotional, and it literally almost brought me to tears because it started making me reminding me for when I was little, and I saw the very first movie with Mew and Mewtwo, and they're battling, and Ash just yells stop, and it just happens. That brought back a lot of memories. This is definitely a great movie. It really, again, it just makes you feel like a little kid again because Pokemon. If you grew up with Pokemon like I did or anybody else did, and you're a huge fan of it, then you will enjoy this movie. You get to see all kinds of Pokemon. You get to see a lot of funny. You get to see action, adventure. Team Rocket really didn't do their thing. They kind of kept away from Team Rocket in this movie. They really got to show the originals of Pokemon. They got to see, of course, Charmander growing into Charmeleon, and then Charizard. And what was so interesting is they got to show where, of course, how we all know, Charmeleon, he became real stubborn, and same thing with Charizard, and they didn't show that in this movie. It was actually he actually listened to Ash, and same thing when we got to see Butterfree leave with all the other Butterfree. We got to see that, which was also in the series, and then of course just of how powerful that Pikachu got, which it took a while for Pikachu to learn other types of techniques, and they actually rushed it. I guess through however many months Ash was on his journey, and it actually got to show like Iron Tail, which took a while for Pikachu to learn that in the series, and all these other type of attacks. So it was just they were combining almost everything that happened in the actual series into the movie to really show, I guess, a different point of view, to actually show the legends, to actually show um, the origin, the roots of Pokemon, how it all started, from Ash waking up late. He didn't get, Bulbasaur or Squirtle or Charmander. He had to get Pikachu. Pikachu didn't like him. But then after Ash sacrificed himself for Pikachu, God knows how many times, Pikachu, started loving him as much as Ash did. And they really showed that in the movie, and I'm very happy they did. So I really got to give this movie a 9 out of a 10. Again, the only issues I had was probably a little bit of the voice acting, as well as the not having Brock and Misty in the movie, because again, they're the OG team with Ash. But other than that, I think it was a great movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Hashtag notification squad. Let me know what you guys think about the movie also in the comments down below. I know it came out last year, and it took me a while to find it, even be able to watch it, because I haven't had really much of the time to try to watch other things. So, but nevertheless, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, links down below. I was tweeting about it yesterday, so go check that out, and I'll see you on the next one.